I love this country. It's very full of beautiful people. And to think I'd be sharing the beach with cows. Look at that hot spot on the water and tell me the sun is 93 million miles away. You can see the clouds in front shaping the hot spot on the water. The sun is not 93 million miles away. Look at that reflection reaching all the way to me on the ocean. The sun is not 93 million miles away. It's a local light just for us, and we are the center of attention. It's taken me 3 years for this stuff to sink in. So when people tease me, ridicule me in one Facebook post hoping to change my mind back to the conditioned state I used to be in by the high bum-rumping priests of science, there's no going back for me now. And I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be freer. But it takes time, and in that time you've got to wrestle with yourself. So many times I still have doubts. I'd say I have doubts 2 or 3 times a week now, whereas in the first few months I had doubts all day, every day, about everything I was reading and the source I was getting it from. That's one of the things that brought me here to Thailand, was I wanted to meet Eric Dubay because he's done so much work to reveal this massive truth, this massive lie that is the globe. But I still have doubts all the time, 2 or 3 times a week. And I have to wrangle with myself. I have to look deeper, I have to cross-reference, I have to re-examine things from both sides. I say it's probably healthy if I have doubts until the day I die. But I'd also say, until the day I die, I will think of this as a flat plane, since doing experiments on the so-called curvature of the plane across distance. There's so much propaganda to wrestle with, and we don't know who is telling the truth, who is lying, who is misled, who is mistaken. But I think it's like a lot of things. The majority of people are mistaken because they've been misled deliberately by other people who are mistaken. Our teachers didn't know any better for the most part. I doubt any of my teachers through all my schooling, even into university. I doubt all of them. I mean, I doubt that none of them really questioned the basic settled science that we've all been taught. There are things that are considered settled, and one of them is that the sun is 93 million miles away and 400 times greater than the moon. when you look into it deeply and contemplate it for months and years, during meditation, during the time you're painting your nails, during the time that you're thinking, and you don't even know you're thinking, in those times you really become awakened. You're putting pieces together, they're falling into place. All the parts that you're learning separately have to find their place amongst each other, and it's only by a consolidated and continual effort to keep your mind open, to keep your taught beliefs suspended. It's a long time, 3 years, to know that all of your friends and family are laughing behind your back, those that pay any attention to you at all, which is not many. And that's okay, because you meet people along the way who are struggling through the same stuff, and that makes you realize you're not alone. But we're always all alone anyway. Even if you have somebody sleeping next to you every night for 50 years, you're still alone and they're still alone. I love to be alone because it enables me to grow very quickly in some ways. But I also know I love to be intimate with people or a person, because that enables you to grow in completely different ways. That forces you. Oh, someone's rounding up my cows. That forces you to grow when somebody is watching you all day long, and you're watching somebody all day long, and you're judging them, you're wondering, is this the right one for me? Am I the right one for them? Am I satisfying them? Are they satisfying me? Am I happy? Are they happy? Should we be happier? I met some beautiful girls from Estonia today on the boat and had a great conversation where we all had meaningful exchange and had tears come to our eyes at different points in the conversation. And one of the girls said, "I'm so happy I met you." And that's a sentence I love to hear, because so often you feel unworthy or not valued when you're doing your best. And I know how privileged I am, so I know how hard it must be for so many other people. I think I will be taking on the challenge of one intimate lover again at some stage. But first, I'm strengthening myself so that I am better for them and they can be better for me. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. In so many ways, it's what we're here for. Comfort is overrated, even though I'm a complete creature of comfort and habit. Every time I go home to Australia and I don't have weed for the first few days, or I don't have enough weed because it's $125 for a quarter of an ounce, and I could smoke that in a day easily, faster than a day. But I don't have as much weed as I normally like, and I always end up having a huge fight with someone in my family. And so I've always been scared to come to a country like Thailand or Indonesia, because I know how dangerous it is to smoke weed, a most medicinal herb on the planet, when there is so much potential money involved for a local person if they if they dob you into the police. So a lot of the sales here, the people who sell it to you, normally whenever I go to in 20 countries, whenever I go to any country, within a few hours I'm smoking weed or hash. And it's by one of the first people I met, I just tell them I love weed, and then they line me up with some. And most of the time it's fine, but in a country like this where the person earns 1/100th of what I earn for an hour, for a day, I wouldn't blame a single one of these people for working with the police and the dealers to sell me some weed and then get me busted and then take a cut of the profits from whatever the police can get out of me as bribes to keep myself out of jail. And I don't want anybody to have an excuse to put me in jail. So the easiest way for me to do that here is to keep clean. And all month I haven't had a single bad mood. I haven't had a single out of place sadness or anger. I haven't lost my temper with anyone despite all the fugly tourists like myself. All of the people who are so busy recording themselves where they are that they're missing the moment. So Australia, I just want you to be warned, I'm coming home, and I'm coming home straight. And if I'm in a bad mood, it's because of the way I'm feeling around you. It might not be the way you're treating me. It might be the way I see myself through your eyes. It might be because you just don't like me. Because I make you awaken to all of the things you think are true, which are false. I make you question your own knowings, the foundations of your very existence. Well, this is what I'm here for. This is what we're all here for. And I'm so glad we're all here at this time, on this plane, waking up as one to the illusion of government and to our unnatural enslavement. Thanks for listening to me, whoever is, whoever does, whoever has, and whoever doesn't or doesn't want to or wants to tell me to quieten down, change, suppress myself. Thanks to you too, because you remind me of the life I don't have to live anymore. And that's one of the rewards of being who you really are.